All right, hello and welcome to Estic Media right here on YouTube. If you haven't subscribed, kindly subscribe as soon as possible. There's quite a lot that we have right here on this platform for you to be part of and for you to enjoy. And basically, we're just going to be speaking on what is going on in the Nigerian polity at this time. The end bad governance practice has ended, but there's quite a lot that is actually taking place from the end bad governance protest. The federal government is not sitting on its arse this time around. With what transpired in some of the regions in the country, like the northern states of Kaduna, Niger, Nasarawa, and Kano, the government is not going to allow what transpired that time again. The agitators of the end bad governance protest have said that they would not sit, all right, because they're not satisfied with what the president said during the live broadcast he held. And they said, okay, fine, since they had already slated the end bad governance protest for 10 days, they would give the president some time and possibly resume again if most of their demands are not met. Now, of course, Amayeli Shimura, who is also one of the mobilizers and one of the organizers of the end bad governance protest, has said that they could resume this on the 1st of October, which is Independence Day, Nigeria's Independence Day. And we've seen the federal government going through all the nooks and crannies they can to ensure that that does not take place. So again, talks are ongoing. The federal government, through the National Security Advisor, through the Nigerian Intelligence Agency, they're beginning to uncover some persons they think are the sponsors of the end bad governance protest. They've attributed the sponsors to some foreign element and some northern elites. Recently, they said that they were able to apprehend a particular individual who has actually been siphoning funds through some foreign companies and some foreign banks and buying cash of arms and weapons, also covering it like somebody who is into gold, into the gold merchandise. They said that they're interrogating him, that he has made some confessions, and it's actually quite surprising because you would have wondered that all this while the northern region has been going through Boko Haram. Let's not even isolate it to the northern region. It's all over the country now. Banditry, kidnapping, Boko Haram, the Nigerian Security Intelligence Agency, as well as the DSS, were not sporadic and accelerated in their movement to, investigating and going what you call underground research to find out those who are sponsoring the activities of these nefarious individuals. It has gotten so brazen that they actually taunt, they kidnap their victims, they kidnap the victims, they taunt them by displaying the cash, the monies they have made on social media, specifically through TikTok. And I find it surprising, really. But that's what the situation is at this time. And one wonders exactly what has taken the government so long if some specific individuals are not taking advantage of those individuals and making money for themselves and possibly twisting the government, or these individuals are actually at the crux of power and they're the ones instigating this insecurity in that region to make it seem like it is an overwhelming or underwhelming arm for the government to handle, especially the government security agent. Others are saying it could even be the security agencies. That way, they continue to ask for more funds and more money to fund the soldiers on the field, to fund intelligence gathering materials and equipment and all that, to foster and accelerate, curbing in the bud the activities of Boko Haram members. We don't know how true some of this information is, but hey, a couple of Nigerian critics will tell you that they don't take anything from the lips of the government in a serious manner. They just take it with a pinch of salt. If it turns out to be true, fine. If it doesn't turn out to be true, well, then let it slip. Meanwhile, the Nigeria Labour Congress has disclosed that it will not be intimidated by the federal government. You recall there was a time they ransacked the NLC headquarters and they claimed that there is a foreign individual who is actually linked to that search. They said they found out some, would I say, evidence to prove that there's somebody who was part of the end bad governance protest who came in through Sudan, that the person is within that quarter of the Nigeria Labour Congress. I will not lie to you, I'm actually astounded. Well, Joe Ajaro is saying that the invasion of his headquarters and the letter of threats from the Registrar of Trade Unions and arrest of National Union of Electricity Employees Executive Opaoluwa Eleuju were acts by the federal government to intimidate organized labor. In fact, Ajaro also accused the federal government of insincerity in its activities and promises to Nigerians. And they're saying this time around they're not going to relent. They're going to go headlong in making sure that what they're agitating for is actually gotten. Now, a couple of persons have attributed this administration to be an administration that is going completely totalitarian. So, for a part, Utomi has alleged that the country is sliding gradually into fascism. I don't know, is that true? Is that what you think? Because we've seen how they have acted since the embark governance protest to ensure that it doesn't take place again, that they do not have such a power over them. And protest is a fundamental right of any individual in any part of the world, so long as they do not obstruct the activities of those who want to go about their businesses and not participate, so long as the situation does not degenerate to a state of anarchy, so long as they do not become lawless and become vandals, vandalizing properties, looting properties, or taking advantage of innocent persons going about their activities. It is a fundamental human right of any individual in any part of the world. So why balkanize that process? All right, why stunt that process? Why go through bills or legal means to truncate that particular arm of the people that makes us understand or makes us feel like we're in a democratic system of government? That's the question a lot of people are asking. So, if it gets to that point, then what happens to the freedom of a lot of Nigerians? What kind of institution in terms of governance are we practicing if most of the institutions that depicts the independence and right to freedom of expression of Nigerians become balkanized or restricted? Then how would you define the kind of government that would operate? That's a big question. Anyway, subscribe to Estic Media. It's ESTIQMEDIA. We'll continue to give you updates on contents going on across the globe. Stay on with us. Bye for now.